camera is jumping around. Driving through Hollywood right now. I'm on my way to the 101 freeway here. I'm on my way to Dave's house. We're going to replace the engine lift brackets, and I have to fix those engine mounts I remade again. So if you're watching this because one of my videos directed you to this video, my intention is to go back to all my Astro van engine mount videos and do like an asterisk with edit and a link to this, and recommend that you watch this video first, but then go back and watch those videos because it's a lot of good information. You know, it's a journey. Holy crap, this camera is jumping. There's no way. If that image is stable after that, I'll be shocked. So as I was saying, we are going to do the brackets and everything. Now, what I've said in the other videos, I stand by as far as what's going on with the engine mounts themselves, right? So, you know, the torque of the engine, and the breakdown of the rubber and the rubber bushings and all that stuff. That's all real. It's a real thing. So, however, I would recommend going against the polyurethane engine mounts because they create a vibration that it just vibrates your engine in a way that creates more issues throughout. You might not feel it, but I found a lot of loose bolts, loose engine mount bolts, all of that, and because of this vibration issue. So we're going to solve that today. I'll add a couple clips along the way. I'm not going to get too crazy with it because you've been here before. If you've watched the engine lift bracket video or the other, you've seen it already. But what I am going to show you is these brackets when we take them out compared to the new ones that Dave made, so we can explain how we fixed this, and then give you a little video on the way back, or when I'm done, when I get home, to see if this vibration is gone. I can't take it anymore. So I'll catch you. All right, so this is the one we just took out. This is the new one. You could see
the height is different.
The height is off. So, and that was our problem, right? Because the engine was lower. See how much higher this one is compared to that one. That one's lower here, which will essentially lift the engine.
Right.
So, yeah, that's, and obviously we'll compare, and you can see it. There's no doubt. So I'll pop that one back in, and then the engine mount, which I took the silly piece of wood that was a bad idea. I took that out of there already. Put that side together, and then we're on the next side. I am not filming this whole process because you've seen me do it already, and you're just going to watch me bump my head 15 times like I always do. I think I'm bleeding.
Check it.
We're off half a hole on the jig. That's your setup right there. The cap on the end of a socket and a speed wrench. You break it free with a big one, then you use that to get it out of there. Major time saver. So there's definitely a difference here in these two brackets. We're going to put it in a jig next and show you that. But they were definitely off. Can we see that? It's pretty close. But they're off. I don't know. I'm getting the whole line up. It seems like this angle's up higher. So this is the bracket we just took out, and yeah, we can't even, this jig is set up now for a 2-inch lift, and we can't even get it to sit flat against. That would be your engine right there.
Yeah.
And then, so this doesn't line up at all.
No.
So the whole thing was out of whack.
Yeah, I think what happened is...
All right, so the new brackets are in. There's no more wooden stupid idea shim in the engine bushing. And I'll tell you, we had a hard time with this, and thank God Dave was here, because he used a giant pry bar so we could line this up as we lowered the engine here to get that to line up. So anyhow, this is all in now, and I'll say when I put this one in on the passenger side, we lowered the van and started up, and there was no vibration whatsoever. I put it in gear. So hang on, you're going to see me in a second when I get home, and I'll let you know how it all went. All right, so I just left Dave's, and no vibration at all. Doesn't feel like it. It's so much better. Mirror's not shaking. It's like night and day. I will say that on the drive here, I was beating on this thing pretty good, and I got over the hill coming down into Simi, and at high speed, when I took my foot off the gas pedal, my engine light blinked 2 or 3 times. It blinked a few times, didn't stay on. So I don't know what that's about, but I just plugged the AWD 2 reader in again, and if it's... Last time I came home from Chad's was when I got that 300 code again, and I feel like that PCV solved it. It's been running good, the engine runs good. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm just letting you know, I feel like we did it. I wanted to do this quick one now, and I'll do another one when I get back to the house, so hang on. I'm home. My engine light blinked again, it stayed on, and I got back here, and it's the 0300 code again. So the only thing I haven't tested yet is the fuel pressure on it. And I borrowed Dave's gauge set, so I'm going to do that. I might do it today. I might wait till tomorrow. I'm pretty beat. I got there at 9, wasn't done till about 3. It was a lot of work, but it's done. So no more vibration. It's pretty nice. Kind of happy about that. So I'm suspecting, we'll see what happens when I put the pressure tester on it, but as far as the 0300 code goes, I mean, it's got a new distributor, plugs wire, it's all right. I mean, I've pretty much done, what was the other thing it could be? I can't even think of it right now. I mean, all the sensors are done, everything's done. The only thing I haven't checked is the fuel pressure. So, and I have funniness with the fuel gauge sometimes, and then I noticed if I got a full tank, it cranks right over. But when I start getting towards like quarter of a tank, I have to crank it once or 2 or 3 times sometimes to get it to start. So I'm thinking like maybe that's a sign. We'll see. But the main thing is this vibration. That's the big thing. I'm just happy the vibration is not there anymore through the steering wheel when I'm driving. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, this is just a thing, right? I'm not going to recommend the polyurethane mounts anymore, but here's the deal. It's important. If you have an all-wheel drive Astro van, you're keeping it stock, you're not doing a lift or anything, and your oil pan is rubbing your axle, you're pretty much screwed. There's not a lot you can do about it. You can put new engine mounts, but the new engine mounts aren't going to work great. Torque your engine is going to pull those down. You're going to still have the issue. We put plates underneath the engine mounts. That could help you. My recommendation is if you've got an all-wheel drive Astro van, do a lift. Do a mild lift. Put S10 springs in the back. Measure what that gives you. And then accommodate that with pucks in the front, body spacers. Like, just do a 2-inch lift if you have an all-wheel drive Astro van, because then you can do what we've done with these engine lift brackets, and you could lift your engine up 1 inch to 2 inches. That's going to I've done mine 2 inches. That gives me plenty of clearance above the axle, and it gives you more room to work between the body of the vehicle and the frame of the vehicle. So you do a lot of the work from your wheel wells. If you pull your tires off to do your plugs and whatnot, it's just a smart thing to do. And then you can put your old school rubber bushings in. It's going to be a smoother ride. The big thing is the polyurethane, you might not feel the vibration that much, but it is vibrating your frame. It's vibrating. It's transferring the vibration from your engine to your frame, and things get loose. I was finding things loose. You've seen it in the previous video. So my recommendation is, you got an all-wheel drive Astro van, just do a mild lift. Just do a 2-inch thing. If you don't want to go crazy, it does make it look better. You can put a little bit of a bigger tire. When I had the 30-inch tires, which are really like 29.7 with the 342 gears, that was my best setup. I got the best fuel economy that way. I had plenty of power that way. I mean, I got incredible fuel economy with that. So I probably should have kept it, to be honest with you. So I stepped it up to these 32-inch tires and the 410 gears. And when I'm doing like 40 to 55 in that range, I'm getting incredible mileage. Once I get on the highway, if I'm under 70, I'm doing pretty good. Once I get to 70 or more, it drops to like 12, 13 or so. It kind of depends. It's when I'm going. Here, I'm going up and down mountains a lot. So we'll see what happens if I get out in an area where it's flat. I suspect it'll be better than that. I did get better than that here, even when it was flat. At high speeds, I was still reading about 18 to 20 in certain areas. But the terrain just changes so much out here in Southern California. There's mountains everywhere. You're constantly going up and down. So I noticed that with the light blinking, it really would always start when I was coming down the hill after climbing hard and giving it a lot of gas. So I don't know. But we'll see. I'm not that concerned about it. I turned the light off. I shut the code off. We'll see if it comes on while I'm driving in town. I suspect it might not. But my alignment's slightly off. I suspect that I had Dave look at our cameras. The camera's a little off. You could barely notice it. So I'll bring it in and talk to him about it too. But good news. New engine brackets, new engine mounts, everything's golden. And you've seen the clips in the film here in the video. And that's it for now. I'm just tired. I don't know if I mentioned any of the other clips, but I got poked in the eye hard yesterday with a tree branch. It was the end of the day, and my vision's still slightly blurry here. It was really bad. It hurt like hell all last night. I couldn't blink. And I think it was more of something in the eyelid. I flushed my eyeball. I woke up this morning, didn't have any more pain, but it was a little blurry. So we'll see. I probably scratched the lens. It'll be fine. There's nothing they can really do about that. So that's what's happening. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye.